it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want.
Hey guys, Coach Dan here. I've been lifting for over 20 years. I hold a degree in exercise and sports science, and I've been coaching lifters for over 10 years. And this channel is all about evidence-based hypertrophy or muscle growth training. We focus on real execution, real progress, real training. Today I'm going to take you through my pull workout. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and exactly how to execute, and give you specific tips along the way to add into your training and take it to the next level. Let's get into it. So this is pull workout number 2 for the week. I start off this workout with actually a lateral deltoid movement. In this workout, it makes sense for me to increase my lateral delt volume because I'm a couple of days away from training my lateral delts again, and I'm a couple of days away from having trained my lateral delts. So although it's a pull workout, traditionally I wouldn't put lateral delts in a pull workout, I am on this day to add that extra little bit of volume. So we have this Arsenal Strength lateral raise machine, and I'm going to do it single arm at a time. So essentially how it's going to roll is, so this would normally be here, arms out to the side. But I find for my particular purposes and wanting to get that extra range of motion and stretch on the delt, I'm going to go single arm over to the side, and I'm going to angle about 45 degrees, and then we're raising out to the side of that. Control the way down, gentle tap, arm out to the side. So for me, this feels really effective. On this day, in previous times, I've done a cuffed lateral raise where we use the cable machine. We put a cuff on here. I'll have the cable machine height set something like this, turn away and do this. But I like this particular variation. I like that it's not a cable machine. It just kind of works on this hinge. It's very, very stable, which I always bang on about stability, but it means I can push really hard, go close to failure, it not wobble around or do anything silly. And that is that. Okay, so starting off with the lateral delts, and we're heading into our back movements, our pulling movements. Let's get it going. All right, next up we head into our upper back work. So this is being pull day number 2 for me. On pull day number 1 of the week, I start off with lat bias movements. On pull day number 2, this one, I start off with upper back bias movements. Upper back is a big focus for me, especially the lower portion of the upper back, or the lower traps, and that's where this machine comes in. What do they call this one? It's got a label for you somewhere. I'll put it on the screen here in a sec. It's a hammer strength high row or something along those lines, where it kind of angles down like this and comes into this position. So the goal is to kind of retract and depress the scapulas to kind of focus on the lower part of the traps, and that's the purpose of this one. Now, for a couple of minutes there, I'm figuring out what height to be. So essentially what I want to do is kind of line this up such that the machine and me are in the same position. Oh, not the same position. We're going in the same direction. So if you think, well, then when I was just sitting too low, essentially as I was pulling, my wrist was having to curl to do this. So I essentially had to bring myself up such that we are lined up like that. So I took a couple of minutes there to figure it out, but now that I know, I've got the setting down here. So I'll always come back to this machine and go to the same setting. So once you figure that out once, that we're all lined up and it feels good to you, then you can do the same each time. Hand width, I think for me, I don't really need anything too wide, but essentially I'll grab both the handles with my strap so we're not thinking about grip, and we're there. Chest is proud, I'm not sort of caving in these days, and I'll squeeze those shoulder blades together. So this machine is specifically here to kind of fill the gap of that lower part of my upper back, which I feel I have, so I'm working on that. Two things surrounding upper back training that are a little bit new for me. I'm going to pause in the short position, so as I finish here, I'm going to really focus on squeezing to get that connection with these muscles. That's number one. Number two, I'm finishing my sets for upper back work with what we call Kelso shrugs. Kelso shrug is kind of a general term for like a horizontal shrugging movement. All those is coming from here. It's going to be at the end of the set. So once I kind of fail getting a full range here, I'm going to finish with some partial reps where I'm just trying to protract or let the shoulder blades come up and let them come down to see if I can't get the trap specifically a little closer to failure. So far, this has felt really good on just my warm-ups, and I'm really stoked. That's not usually something I say, but I'm really happy to be able to work through this one and see if I can't progress. I want to find what it's called. Anyway, I'll put it on the screen. Let's get into it. Okay, high row done. Should I say hammer strength isolateral high row was that machine. If you want summaries on each individual exercise, I'm doing them all at the end these days, so head to the recap, get a little snapshot of my thoughts on that and what I'm thinking about that. I'm noting down things as I go, but I just don't want to put them in the workouts anymore, just so we're not using up this time as we've got momentum. So now we go to, what's this? Isolateral DY row. So this is another upper back. Well, I'm going to do the next two exercises on here if things go to plan. Firstly, I'm going to do an upper back dominant movement where, because this machine naturally diverges, I get now that horizontal squeeze of the shoulder blades somewhat, and then I'm going to lean over to the side to make it such that it's lat dominant. But let's not get there yet. Let's kind of take it one at a time. So both arms at one time with a machine that diverges will it won't not use your lat. It's just as your arms go away from your body to continue the movement, whereas the lat is a muscle that attaches to your arm and then wraps in towards your spine. So if your arm goes away from the body, the lat's not in a very good position to do that. It would more be inclined to kind of pull it around and in. So as we go away, some other things have to start to work, and that for me, I want to be upper back traps and kind of the mid portion of the traps. So I'll strap in as always, and again, I haven't done this machine in a while, so it's going to take me a couple of minutes to kind of get my setup again. But as always with my upper back movements, let the shoulders protract and squeeze them at the back as hard as we can. Protract, squeeze. So we're spending that time in the short position. Now with the high row there, it was quite hard to do the Kelso shrug, but I dare say this will be pretty perfect for it. So we'll do our full range here. When I can no longer get the full range, it's Kelso shrugs to finish. So here, protract, retract as hard as possible into that kind of position there. So seat height, all of these things, etc. When we kind of first come to a new machine, it's not new to me, it's just I haven't used it in a while, my technique's changed, so now it sort of is new to me. We just have to kind of play around with it, figure out the right position. As mentioned there, we want to line up with the resistance. So if it's kind of angled on this way, we want to make sure we're in line. When I go to the single arm one, I want to make sure I'm in line. So it's not like sometimes you'll see, if we're side on here, if a machine is going one way and we're going the other way, it'll make our wrist do that. So the machine is trying to diverge, but you're trying to pull it in. We're not working together. So line up such that we're all going in the same direction. All right, yeah, so a couple little figure outs. Give me a couple of minutes and we'll hit set one. All right, same machine, different function. So we've gone from that, the sort of upper back row, which kind of allows the arms to kind of move or diverge away from the body, the squeezing of the shoulder blades, to focus on the upper back. And now we're going to get over to the side, one arm at a time, and want to keep it nice and close, keep it right into the pocket. This, I've got my seat a little higher up, and the action that we want to focus on is shoulder extension. So it's, if you ignore my elbow down, we want to make the arm do that and even go around towards the spine, because that's what the lat is doing. It's pulling this part of your arm down toward the spine, and when we do pull downs and stuff like that, it's pulling it down in towards the pelvis. So if we think about that, we don't want this to be like a bicep curl. So if I take my seat way low, it'll be almost like I'm doing that. Get my seat up nice and high. So it's about the shoulder extension, we call that movement. So single arm, I only have to grab narrow in on this handle so I don't have to go as far to the side. I've got my foot plonked here. Maybe you can't see that, that's my bad. I'll show in another one. And then I'm gonna get a hand and an arm to brace on here. Over to the side, line up with the machine, pull that arm back, nice and close to the body. I even might take this one notch up. So this motion there, not that motion there, makes it such that it's as latty as possible. Now I have got a bit of a better handle on lat movement, so I will do a heavy set, so a set of about 8 to 10, one, and then drop it back down to 10 to 15 for lighter and more reps, which is normally my preference for movements like this. Okay, let's get going. Looks good. Alright, next up we have a vertical pulling movement, a pull down variation with the narrow neutral mag grip. So these mag grips are just, they were called, or that was the brand name initially, Maximum Advantage Grip. Now there's a whole bunch of different brands, but the idea is just to put your hand in a better position to make your wrist and hand feel like they don't get fatigued, which I would say works pretty well. You don't usually slip out of these and all that kind of stuff, but again, that's not a be all and end all. You can get a neutral, one of those narrow neutral ones with some straps and you're good to go. So as far as where we've come from, so we've done that single arm DY plate loaded row. So we've got this horizontal pulling movement. So horizontally for the lats would be close to the body, such that the arm is kind of wrapping around to what we call the thoracic lat. So theoretically it makes sense that a movement like this trains a different part of the lats than this. So this, you would say, oh, okay, this resistance close to the body would be the thoracic lat because it's pulling the arm around in towards the spine. And this going down towards the pelvis, you would say is the iliac lat because it's aiming that direction. So some of the lats kind of, they attach to your arm, they wrap under your armpit, some head towards the spine or the thoracic spine, and some head down. So theoretically, movements that do this would focus on that upper portion, and movements that do this would focus on that lower portion. That's theoretical. It's not necessarily conclusive. People who are more biomechanically switched on will be able to give you more detail surrounding that kind of stuff, but for me it makes sense enough to do it this way. So I do one movement like this, one movement like this to train them both just in case. So for this particular one I'm going with this grip. We're pulling down. So what I want to do is I want to get that leg pad nice and tight on my leg so I don't get yanked up. For me, I shuffle all the way in such that I'm going to line up the resistance with the part of my lats that I want to train. So I tuck right in nice and close, big stretch, slightly back, pull down, stretch, pull down. And that's that. All right, we're chipping away here. We're doing pretty well. Let's get into this. One heavy set, couple of back off sets for the lats because I feel like I could use them well on the heavy sets as well. Alright, next up we're going preacher curl. I, on this day, have been doing easy bar preacher curl, which is a free one option, but at this gym they've got this particular one. So I'm going to try this today. I want to see if the resistance is good, I want to see if it feels effective, blah, 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 blah. And if not, we can go back to the easy bar next time around, but I'm going to give it a try. So it's a plate-loaded version. Again, pin-loaded versions of these I've done before, haven't minded, but again, the resistance is such that with the pin-loaded ones, they kind of stay the same throughout. Whereas as you can see with this one, as that weight horn gets away from that or different spots on that hinge point, it will change in difficulty. So essentially, the further this is away from this, it will make it harder. So it's sort of easier in this kind of portion, hardest, and then keeps getting like easy again. So it'll be interesting. I don't know if it'll suit a bicep exercise, but we'll find out here in a sec. We'll get a couple of plates on there and then we'll give it a whirl.
I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise, I won't quit, keep going till I got it.